There are several ex-NFL players that have come out to let the Chicago Bears know that they need to stick with Justin Fields. One of the latest is Keyshawn Johnson. And today it is the Mailbag episode. So you know we're going to talk about that, plus a little bit more right after this.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. You got me today. No C-Dub. He out handling some business, but you still got me. If you like what you're listening to today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Now, you know that the talk of the NFL world right now, especially when it comes to the Chicago Bears, is what should the Chicago Bears do with their quarterback? A few days ago, we just heard Cam Newton come out in support of Justin Fields. Brandon Marshall come out in support of Justin Fields. And recently, Keyshawn Johnson, which I found very, very interesting, came out and defended Justin Fields as well. He went on to say, and quote, "Here's a quarterback that has had multiple offensive coordinators and head coaches in a 3-year span. This is really his second year. Now, all of a sudden, he gets a chance to start. First-time head coach, first-time offensive coordinator in his second year in the situation. He doesn't have any real wide receivers. DJ Moore is the only guy. What has he done so egregious with all the different stuff that's going on in Chicago that you want to move on from him?" Ooh, he was cooking. And he went on to say, what if Trevor Lawrence never played under Doug Peterson? What if the Bills never signed Stephon Diggs to help Josh Allen? Man, did he go out and put out a lot of good stuff about Justin Fields and has some really good points. And I just want to keep it brief and just let you know, I believe the Chicago Bears should stick with Justin Fields simply because he needs some stability. The Chicago Bears, they need to stop jumping ship so much. I think that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a lot of people that say, well, you just can't pass up on Caleb Williams. I disagree with that. I mean, I understand. I would say he's a really good player, but a lot of people have placed a generational tag on him. I'm not ready to place that on him. Same with Drake May. No, he's not. Those guys, in my eyes, as of right now, they have potential. But as of right now, they are not better than Justin Fields right now until we see him in a NFL uniform in an NFL game. So right now, I believe the Chicago Bears should stand pat and continue to build out this team. I forgot who said it, but it was from one of it was regarding GMs and kind of like how the Philadelphia Eagles have been doing their thing to how they built some success. You build the team and you don't take a quarterback when you need one. You take a quarterback when you want one. And I think that's kind of like the philosophy. It is a little, some little intricacies up in there to where you be like, well, hold on, but we need one, But if you think about it, the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? They ran their course with Carson Wentz, and most organizations would have stuck it out a little bit longer with him. They said, nah, we're going to go ahead and get Jalen Hurts. That's when they wanted a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Not when they absolutely per se needed a quarterback, So I think that the Chicago Bears should just continue to build this team out just in case if it doesn't work out with Justin Fields, you know what I'm saying? You then can place a young rookie on a established team. Because if you asking me, if the Bears win in 3 games last season, let's just say for the sake of discussion, they win 6 games this season, you can't tell me that you're just going to come supplant a rookie in there and you're going to go to the playoffs. Don't look at the CJ Stroud stuff. That's an outlier. That doesn't happen often. We got to look at it for what it is. If the Bears go and get a rookie quarterback, you're going to kind of take a step back, or you're going to still be where you are right now, which is maybe a 6 or 7 win team. So we're just going to leave it right there because now it's time to get into the mailbag. Our first guy up is K2.
Yo, hey, it's Bobby C-Dub, Steve-O, and Cam. What up, y'all? It's your boy K2, man. And I know it's been a minute since I called, man. But you know what, bro? I gotta admit that what I saw from Justin Fields last game, although he fumbled twice in what I consider to be crunch time situations, he clutched up in the fourth, man, and he made the pass and he got us the win. That's all I want to see from the young man. That's all I want. I just want to see him making plays to win games. I'm gonna be positive about it, man. I'm not gonna harp too much on Justin Fields, man. I'm just gonna say moving forward, I hope we can just get this man a new coaching staff. Cause you know what? I'm gonna say it. I've been blind. I didn't want to admit that the coaching staff sucks, but man, look, bro, Getsy, god damn, bro. Hey, from now on, he's no longer an offensive coordinator in my mind. He's a screenwriter. He should be in film. All them goddamn screenplays he run, that boy should be a director. That's all I'm gonna say about that bullshit. But I like what Eberflus has been doing with the defense, man. Even though I still feel like they still might get rid of him after the Jim Harbaugh talks. And I tell you what, if we bring in Jim Harbaugh, he gonna set things straight right away. Whatever the issues are, he gonna set it straight, bro. Because we got a lot of little issues wrong with this team to have so much talent, right? We got so much talent, man, but like it's not being utilized correctly. Everything's always been shuffled around, and injuries have been plaguing us hard this season too, man. But I like what I've been seeing lately, especially out of the defense, man. 8 interceptions in the last 2 games, man. That's pretty fantastic. I don't know if any team done that this year at all, man. Hopefully we can keep that up. But as far as the offense, man, we can only keep dealing with what Getsy gonna dial up, bro. It is what it is, man. But I think I'm like everybody else, bro. I'm sick of him, man, because all them damn screenplays. God damn, we're gonna start calling Steven Spielberg or some bullshit, bro. Like I don't know what it, cause he ain't an offensive coordinator, bro. He just ain't. He just ain't, man. Like I don't understand what be going on, bro. Like y'all know I was talking all kinds of shit about Justin Fields this, Justin Fields that, but I get it now, man. I get it, y'all. Y'all just get, you know what I'm saying? Y'all condemn me later, but I get it now. The offense just is. I don't know, man. But hopefully we can get it together, bro. And I'm looking forward to this bye week, man, to get us some time and just, y'all already know, man. Chicago up, bear down.
Shout out to K2. Why you think I put you on first, my guy? Because I know. But, I mean, sometimes, bro, we can't always be right with our predictions. And sometimes you got to come to the realization of what's really going on in reality. And reality is that Lou Getsy, for some strange reason, thought that running five screenplays back to back. If you went on left and then right and then right and then left and then right again. Like, bro, we as people who don't even make millions to coach NFL players know that is not a good game plan. And I want to mention something that Steve-O and Coach T talked about that I found really, really interesting while they were doing the episode together. They both came to the conclusion about Lou Getsy, like, bro, you can run the screenplays, but what are your contingency plays when the team has those screenplays figured out? Have we seen that from Lou Getsy? Have we seen Lou Getsy do something, maybe fake the screen and take a shot downfield, fake the screen one way and go to the other side of the field and make a play on that direction? We have not seen it. So, and then the last point, when it comes to Jim Harbaugh, I'm going to say this. If I'm Jim Harbaugh, I got options. I don't know if the Bears will be at the top of my list. And that's just me keeping it a buck. I mean, yes, I play for this organization, but if you say, hey, let's go over here versus going over, let's say, to a LA Chargers with the more established team, with the more established quarterback with less questions, pick your poison. And honestly, still looking at Michigan real quick, we don't know if he wants to lead that because, bro, you had a whole university in town saying free Jim Harbaugh. It'll be hard to lead that, and I'm going to lead that right now. But, hey, thanks, K2, for calling in, man. I respect you coming up and keeping it a buck. Next caller on the line is Monte. Let's hear it.
Hey, what's up, fellas? This is Monte. I just wanted to call in. First, I would like to say I think your show is awesome. You brothers are hilarious, and you bring great information every single day. Just real quick, so you can understand what I'm talking about. I don't use black or white. There's no black people. There's no white people. That's a lie. You can't be an adjective. Now that the paperwork's out of the way, the only thing that's frustrating to me, or one of the most frustrating things to me, is when Europeans critique Justin Fields. You cannot distinguish between what is a true critique of how he's playing on the field and what is some of them, their hatred because of his pigmentation. I have never, ever heard negative air yards in my life until Justin Fields became the quarterback. As a Chicago Bears fan since 1986, I have seen the worst of quarterback play. Honestly, we've never had a good quarterback outside of talent like Jay Cutler. But Jay Cutler, where he had physical talents, he had no leadership skills. The thing that frustrates me with so many people coming hard on Justin Fields is he's an extremely talented player and he has legit leadership skills. So instead of critiquing him because he fumbled the ball here, the kid tries hard every single game with no quit and not a lot of support from the coaches. I just wanted to say that, and also wanted to say I appreciate you brothers because you guys tell it how it is, and that's why I watch your show. Take it easy. Chicago up, Bear down.
Fantastic voicemail coming from Monte. Thanks for calling in, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. This is what we do it for. We want to be the voice of the people. We don't have to always agree, but we will say the facts over opinions. You know what I'm saying? Look at the stuff. You know, there'll be some opinions up in there, but most of the stuff is we looking at the film and the facts. That's the stats. But on to the voicemail. They gonna always kill Justin Fields, bro. And the crazy thing is because it's gonna get the clicks. You know what I'm saying? Once we say, oh, Justin Fields sucks, you know, the whole city of Chicago, probably the whole state of Illinois is on whoever the media personalities ass. We own them. And then I always got to point to certain guys that's in the media. You look at Colin Cowherd. He said, hey, before the Bears played the Minnesota Vikings, a few days prior to that, he came out and pretty much said that, hey, I don't want to hear the excuses. Can the quarterback get it done? Justin Fields goes out and get it done, and they still say, yeah, he's not it. Just trade him. Then you got people that have never called out Trevor Lawrence when he had 9 touchdowns and 10 interceptions or 10 total turnovers. Have never called them out for that. Call these guys out like you call our quarterback out. And then if Justin Fields is so bad, why the hell do people like Chris Canty come online in the morning and say, you can trade him to Atlanta for a first and a third? If he stinks, how is he going to go for a first and a third, bro? It doesn't make sense. These guys have to make sense at some point. But guess what? They don't. That's why you should go ahead and stay tuned in, Monte, to the #1 spot for your Chicago Bears right here. Because we're going to keep it a buck. If our guy's playing bad, we're going to say he's playing bad, but we also going to be like, hey, he could potentially bounce back from that. And we're going to give kudos, you know what I'm saying, when they do well. These guys don't never get a man kudos, but it's okay. Because it's always Chicago up and Bear down and F the rest. And I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for calling in, Monte. Our next guy on the line is Darius from Dallas.
What's going on, man? It's Darius from Dallas here. And I had some thoughts, man. I had some thoughts on Eberflus because I was starting to get excited. I was starting to say, man, this defense is looking good. Let's keep him another year. Let's just get another offensive coordinator. Then I had a flashback. to 2006 when I was in 8th grade. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this phenomenal defense. And I'm watching this terrible fucking quarterback, terrible fucking offensive coordinator lose the Super Bowl for us. Rex Grossman should not have been drafted by anybody. And we did it anyway. And he just reminds me so much of Lovey, Eberflus. Because yes, he can command the defense. He can run a solid defense. He can have your defense in the top 2 or 3. But one thing that Lovey never got right, Lovey never got the offensive coordinator right. Lovey never got the quarterback position right. You know, and that was really his downfall. Lovey was a great coach. Did something for us in 06. Took us back to the NFC Championship in 2010, I believe. But the quarterback position and the offensive coordinator position were the two things that got him fired. Okay? Because you can have a phenomenal defense. You can go all the way to the Super Bowl, NFC Championship with it. But until you get that offensive coordinator and that quarterback thing fixed, it's not going to work. I felt myself falling back into that same old Bears fan bullshit. We only care about defense, and we get, drooling over how good the defense is and just go, fuck it, the offense will figure it out at some point. I think we got to go ahead and move on from him. We got to bring a guy in there that can get the defense going and knows how to develop a quarterback and knows how to hire the right offensive coordinator. Because as a head coach, that is a part of your job. Okay? Eberflus is doing great at running the defense, but he's not a defensive coordinator. He's a head coach. So the overall scheme of things, he's still not doing a good job. And I had to go back and catch myself and say, boy, he's doing good on the defense, but overall, man, he's just not doing it. And we're falling into Lovie Smith territory here. If we just keep, keeping guys on just because the defense looks good. As Bears fans, we got to stop doing that. Stop being infatuated by the fucking defense. Oh, my God. Okay? Let's start putting pressure on the organization to have a good offense for a change, and let's see what happens. Everybody in the stands got on Dick Butkus, Urlacher, Lance Briggs. Goddamn, man. Can we have some offensive talent in this city for once? So that's my last take on Eberflus. I like it. I like what he's doing, but he's falling in that Lovie Smith territory. If you can't get the quarterback right, if you can't get the offensive coordinator right, then technically you are not doing your job as a head coach. It doesn't matter that the defense is looking good. But that's all I got to say, man. Texas up and bear down.
Man, Darius, you are right on the money, because just like you, and I just realized it myself while listening to your voicemail, we are falling into that Lovie Smith type of thing there, because we're like, man, the defense has been playing so well, but the offense have been lethargic the last few weeks. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been able to close games. And you know what I'm saying? When you talk about Lovie Smith and Rex Grossman, that's all I remember. Lovie was good, but when you say Rex Grossman, I say, that's gross. You know what I'm saying? And then you got I feel like you have a really, really good point when you talk about the defensive coach needing to have, the temperature of his team, being able to scope out the right people for the job. And one of the people that came up in my mind is Sean McDermott with the Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott with the Buffalo Bills, when he had Brian Dable, they were spectacular. After Brian Dable, they don't look too good. They seem pass happy. They seem like, hey, Josh Allen has to be the savior. Hey, Josh, put your cape on and go save the day. Instead of, it's been so many years, even with Brian Dable, it's been so many years that Sean McDermott has allowed the Buffalo Bills to just say, when we're in trouble, we're going Josh Allen. Instead of, hey, we're going to build an identity that's conducive to winning by establishing the run. And then when we need Josh to go ahead and make those great plays later in the games, he'll be able to do so. But coming out the gate, you want Josh Allen to be Superman. Hence why the Buffalo Bills seem like they have regressed a little bit, because the head coach hasn't had the right feel about what's necessary on the team. It was rumors that they was in the discussions for Derrick Henry. You do anything to get that guy on the Buffalo Bills, that changes a lot of things for them. So I'm with you on that. The coach has to be on par. Matt Eberflus right now is not on par, because how are you constantly allowing Luke Getsy to come into games and call 50 screens, bro? You can't tell me it's good enough. But thanks for calling in, Darius. It's always a pleasure. This next guy is my guy. Y'all know we can't have an episode without going to Booker World. Here's the voicemail from Book.
Yo, Bobby C. Dub, this Book, man. Blessings to you and yours. So I've been playing a little game, man. Because one of the main things we always hear is about how Justin Fields holds on to the ball too long. like one of the main things that has been said about him since he's been in the NFL. And he does hold the ball. I mean, but I know why he holds the ball. He holds the ball to wait for his receivers to get open. Sometimes he don't see them. Sometimes he do. He's trying to make something happen. Well, I started playing this game where I've been keeping count of a bunch of quarterbacks in the league. And you know what? They hold the ball just as long as Justin Fields, man, which is I don't understand the argument or like how him holding the ball is a negative, but Mahomes holding the ball is just him being, just a all out great playmaker or whatever, which I mean, it's Mahomes, but I mean, keep it fair. You know what I'm saying? On all these quarterbacks, man, ain't nobody getting the ball and then like, except for like maybe a few quarterbacks in like 2 to 3 seconds, the ball is out. A lot of them are holding the ball. Jalen Hurts holds the ball a long time. Mahomes holds the ball a long time. Josh Allen holds the ball a long time. And it seems like everybody just harps on Justin Field holding the ball too long. And it's like, man, come on, just keep it fair, man. Everybody's holding the ball long, man. And it's just one of those things, man. It is just like no matter what this man do, man, he can't win for losing, man, or lose for winning, man. It's just no matter what he does, it's gonna be wrong in some folks' eyes. It's just that Justin Fields hate, but it is what it is, man. Hopefully he continues to be the quarterback of the future. That's all I wanted to say, man. Again, blessings to you and yours. Shout out to the familiars. Chicago up down. Let's enjoy this off week, and y'all keep it smooth, man.
Shout out to you, Book, and also blessings to you and yours for keeping it a buck. But man, I gotta say it, hasn't all 22, with now its availability to everybody, has called people to be stupid? Let's keep it a buck. People act like Justin Fields is the only quarterback that misses throws. Every quarterback does it. Every quarterback holds on to the football. Every quarterback has their own issue per se. But for the life of God, why do people come on these platforms and comment on these videos and act as if Justin Fields is the only guy who holds the football, is the only guy who misses a throw, is the only guy who misses an open receiver? It's because he's a quarterback for the Chicago Bears, and then we don't have enough good media personnel, enough good ones. There are some good ones, but enough good ones making the case for the Chicago Bears. Shout out to Courtney Cronin. She does a great job representing the Chicago Bears on a national level. Shout out to Pat, the designer. He does a great job representing the Chicago Bears on a national level. Shout out to Lansbridge and Jerko as well, representing the Chicago Bears on a national, the way, like you can be fair. You can say negatives about stuff, but you can also still keep it a buck. Like some people just go for the take. You can have your take, but is your take authentic? Is the biggest question. So that's what I like to do, you know what I'm saying, think about, because if you're thinking about the scheme and the way Luke Getz, he wants to run things, the way he operates, it's not a lot of passes that go across the middle of the field. Just look it up. You can look up pass charts on Next Gen Stats for the NFL and look at the pass charts. Even when Tyson Bagent was in, everything was on the numbers or outside the numbers. We got to be fair, man. So shout out to you, Book, but don't pay attention to these people no more, man. We just going to keep chugging along for sure. We're going to keep chugging along, man. But again, thanks for calling in again, man. But this last one for the day is from my guy, Barry. That's how we going to end it, with Barry. Let him speak.
Hey, I guess it was Bobby and Tim. I don't know who the fuck is going to take this call Friday, Saturday show. I guess it doesn't fucking matter. Fellas, the point I wanted to bring up today, I don't know if I've called about this before or not. I've called a lot of fucking times. But anyway, I got this idea, fellas, that's been rolling around my head. The defense, as of late, has been coming to life. I think Monte Sweat has been a force multiplier. I see the corners, especially the young guys, playing with some confidence. I see Brisker finally flying around, making rookie defensive tackles, especially Dexter playing their ass off. The linebackers are fucking humming. Trevor's, I got to give credit where credit's due. You know how I feel about Matt Eberflus, but this fucking defense is coming together, fellas. We got to give credit where it's due. And here's the thing, fellas. I want him fucking gone because I would bet my house against the fucking ham sandwich that Matt Eberflus will not win a Super Bowl as the Chicago Bears head coach. I'll bet fucking anything, fellas, whatever odds you want. However, it's a shame that we're going to throw him away if his defense is starting to come together in his vision. 4-3, Tampa 2, he's figuring it out with the personnel he's got. It's only going to get better with another offseason. So, fellas, my idea is, will Matt Eberflus take a demotion to a defensive coordinator? Now, it's going to come with a little pay cut, but to be honest, fellas, I think that Matt Eberflus likes just being a defensive coordinator. I think that if Ryan Poles said, hey, Matt, we're bringing in Jim Harbaugh. However, do you want to take a pay cut and no longer be the head of this franchise? I think Matt Eberflus would say, oh my God, I thought you'd never ask. I think he would be so grateful. I think he would be a fucking fantastic fit. He's a fucking weirdo. He can't talk in press conferences. But you know what? Given the personnel, he can call it decent defense. So I think he's a fucking weirdo, but not a bad defensive coach. And I like the continuity. I like what he's got going now. Let's see how the last 5 weeks go. But hashtag the most Eberflus. All right, Chicago up, fuck Bear down, and Barry out.
Shout out to Barry, man. But hey, I love the enthusiasm. But when it comes to trying to see if Eberflus will take a demotion, the answer for me is going to be nah. I don't see that happening. If you come to me, I'm not even going to talk in terms of the NFL. If you come to me, I'm the GM of a facility. You come to me as my boss and say, hey, I love what you do, but I want you to take a step down and be the assistant GM and not the GM anymore. I'm going to bring a new guy in. You got to be the assistant. I'm walking out the door, bro. I'm walking out the door, Barry. I'm walking out the door. I'm walking out the door. And I'm letting them know I'm bad himself. I'm calling them every word in the book times 2. And I'm walking out the door. I'm walking out the door. I don't see that happening at all. I wouldn't even think that Harbaugh will want Matt Eberflus, to keep it a buck with you. But hey, that's it for me today, man. Definitely came late with it, but hey, better now than never, right? Is what y'all say? Bro. But that's it for me, man. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be a part of an episode like this, you can go ahead and call in at 773-242-9336. Thank you all so very much for your call-ins today. I'm looking forward to some new call-ins for next Friday and Saturday as well. So get them in. And y'all already know, Chicago up and bear down. See y'all on the next one for sure.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.